Welcome everybody. I came by Rubey. I thank you for coming back, and I'm so happy to be doing this three-part series. First one was energy. Part two is matter, and I want to talk about matter because matter ourselves, even our body, what it consists of, right? Because this body within itself, right, spiritually, we have that spirit, what I believe in, that whole enlightenment, everything that's into that light, right? And this body to me is that matter that stands between in that space and time that I'm taking up. And within that space and time, I'm gonna, little side note here, make it worth your while. Live that life to its fullest. And while you're taking up some of that matter, right, with that body and space, and while you're in that time, open that mind, gain some wisdom and knowledge, use it to your benefit, uplift yourself, and raise that spiritual vibration. So, let's get back to that topic on hand, matter. And if you didn't catch part one, it should be linked to this video at the end of it. Just click on it, and then you'll get into energy. Part one. Now part two, matter. Matter, material substance that constitutes the observable universe. And together with energy, forms the basis of all objective phenomena. Wow. That is a cool definition within itself. If you don't, I would tell you each one of these topics, energy, matter, and sound, which is going to be part three, look into all of it and see how it interconnects and how it appeals to you. And boy, it would open your mind to a lot of little secrets there. So now back to that. So that was a definition of matter. Now to me, I wrote down some notes and some bulletins I want to go over with you, and then we're going to see how this connects into our spirituality. So, matter. All matter consists of which in turn consists of protons, neutrons, and electrons. So matter consists of what? Atoms. And within that atom is proton, neutrons, and electrons. Now I don't want to go too crazy and be like, hey Rue, I can't, we're doing a science thing or we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. So, but it's good to have a little background. So that is what matter consists of. Now, another quick thing I wanted to say here is elements. Each element is distinguished by its atomic number. Example, the number of protons in the nuclei of atoms. So it's crazy because, when I was looking up this and I was seeing examples and what's consistent of what, like I'm a human, you're a human, or if you're something else, then by all means, whatever you are. But we are consistent of the same, what we're made of. That matter, with that body and space we're taking up, and all those atoms and all the molecular structure of ourselves, we're all the same, right? And depending on different animals or whatever it may be, or nature, this all contains all of this, those how would you say, those elements that make us who we are. And I think that's truly amazing. And when you start getting into this and it breaks it off, because it's good to know and think about it, open your mind. If it's this scientific stuff doesn't get to you, then use something else to get that spirituality connected. So back now to matter. So that matter, right? You have the matter, you have the atom, the elements, all the contents of what an atom is, which contains the electrons, which are constantly in motion, right? And because they're bouncing off the nucleus, positive, and remember, negative charges. And then within that, you have the protons and neutrons within the nucleus, which are also inside there, positive and negative. So you have all this going on, all this positivity, negativity, right? Attracting each other. Doesn't that happen, right? We always want to have the positivity within our life, right? Now, how I want to connect all this into it spiritually is that all that matter, all that substance, all of that that's taking space within the side of yourself, if it's no good, you have that positive and negative, it's bouncing off each other, right? Just like an atom, all the contents of how we went over everything. You need to simplify it and get rid of all that matter and that substance that don't belong within yourself, within your life, and around your surroundings, so that you have a calm and cool collective state, and so that your matter of mind, state, body, and spirit all is one, and you really understand where you stand in life. Because I wish the best for everybody out there. That's what I always, when I went into this, and to go out and give as much knowledge in my spin of things. And like I always say, take what you can, discard the rest, and put everything together. We're all different. Connect it like those Lego blocks and make something. Build something for yourself. So remember this. We all matter, right? We take up space. We're involved with all these things and these atoms. And these things are amazing because I had a note here that I want to hit on. So whatever you believe in or how the universe was created, or like if you're religious, or if you push all that aside, and I always say put spirituality in it, but when I was reading some of these facts that says that atoms were created before the Big Bang, even if you didn't believe in the Big Bang, and the Big Bang was 13.7 billion years ago. So think about that. Now if you let that go, and then another fact I was looking at, atoms on Earth came from space itself. And sometimes they believe from colliding stars or whatever it may be. So the material within ourselves, that's contained within ourselves, imagine that, how interconnected we are. That material, the material here, the matter, the space we take up, we're all part of each other. Whether you look up in that sky or right in front of you, it's all interconnected. So make that time and that matter, everything around you, really count. Take care, everybody. I Can by Rubey. Thank you so much for all your support. And look forward to part 3, which will be about sound. Take care of yourself. And on a side note, look into matter and see how you can involve it within your life and spirituality. Take care.